Good morning mga katambay! So today is Sunday, October 23rd. Today is the most beautiful day in the Philippines. Yes, it's raining, may bagyo, but bagyo is so common here. So ayan na guys, simula na. It's 9 a.m. We are all excited, I know. Let's go! Baguio City, Batangas. Oh, sorry, Jessica Sanchez. Wow, international. Huh? Ako, I don't have any complaint about the stage kasi, it's pandemic. During this time, I guess if that's the best that they can do, then let's just appreciate it, okay? Ang ganda talaga ni Bilira. Oh, nauna siya. Ano, girl? Sabay-sabay naman, oh. So, ayun na nga mga katambay. So, the girls already introduced themselves. It reminded me of the Miss Universe 2012. Yung time ni Janine Togonan kasi pre-recorded yung introduction nila sa sarili nila. Which is not bad, actually. I mean, the girls are dancing. The host is Casey Montero, which of course, Pogi. So, pag Pogi, check agad. Go. Charot. Ayun na mga katambay, so they're gonna be revealing the top 50. So who is your bet? Is your bet gonna make it to the cut? We'll never know, or I guess we will find out. And I guess I'm looking for Cavite, Quezon City, Miss Bohol, Davao City, Biliran, ano pa ba?
Of over 2 million
actually, ang daming girls na magaganda and also well-spoken. Fairness naman sa mga contestants vying for the crown this year. They're really in it.
I will call on our delegates by batch and reveal who among them have made it to our top 16. The Lazada top vote getter happens to belong to our first batch of contenders, who I mentioned earlier, who is on stage right now. 300,000 votes of over 2 million votes altogether. She is none other than Miss Biliran.
Yes!
Skelly Ivy, Florida. And her chosen charity is the Learners with Special Education Needs of the Deaf Ed Division of Biliran.
Lazada top vote
Congratulations, Miss
Get it,
Skelly.
girl.
Now
Get it.
into the top 16. List of our top 15. The envelope will be presented by Mr. Alan Ocho, partner of Sisit Flores and
Naintindihan.
Our
This is
official
automatically
delivers.
gone to the semi-final.
Thank you, sir. Right, that's what we're gonna do. We remain very, very safe here. Yes. All right. From the first batch of candidates, aside from Miss Biliran, 3 women have made it into our top 16. Here we go.
Yes, Bulacan, smile to the camera.
Starting with Miss Albay, Paula Ortega.
Ay, pagkakas si Miss Alba. Oh, she's pretty.
Next up, we have Miss Bohol, Pauline
Si
Alex.
Miss Bohol.
And the last one from this batch, Miss Aklan, Cristel Abello.
Yeah, she's pretty. Her swimsuit photo shoot. Grabe ang ganda.
All right, moving on to our second batch of empowered contenders. From this batch, we have five.
Bakit may
From
batch?
this batch,
Ah,
all
kasi,
right?
kasi social
Here we go with
distancing.
our
Hindi pwede
first
lahat nasa
contender from this
stage.
batch from
Fairness.
City, Rabia Mateo.
Oh, di ba? Ilo-ilo. Ganda niya. Parang natangalimin lang ako.
Congratulations. Next up, we have from Cebu City, Tracy Maureen Perez.
Ay, parang hindi exciting yung pag-announce ng gusto. May bias si si Casey.
And next, from Davao City,
Oh.
Eliza Malinaw.
Ba't ganun? Parang walang kaba-factor. Kabahin nyo naman yung audience, oh.
All right, our fourth contender for this group, from Cavite, Kimberly Hackinson.
Go, Cavite!
Congratulations. Also in the top 16 from Cebu Province, April Smith.
Ah. Gusto ko yung styling niya dito. She's looking sexy. Her body is amazing. So talagang literal na.
Moving on to our third batch of candidates, and remember this is in no particular order. This is as random as it comes. All right, so for this batch, we actually have two contenders. From batch 3, joining the top 16, we have Miss Masamis Oriental,
Oh.
Caroline Joy.
Caroline, yeah. Okay.
Also making it into the top 16 from Mandaue, Lou Dominic Dixon. All right, we have our final batch of delegates, and from this group, we will get 5 to finish off our top 16. Let's welcome to the top 16 from Taguig, Sandra Lebanon.
Do we not see this? Of course, we expected her to be in it, right?
Congratulations, we are now down to our last 4. Also joining her in the top 16 from Quezon City, Michelle.
Namali siya ng exit. Girl, ano ba? Of course, Quezon City. She's a front runner.
Here we go
So,
to our final 3 to
Not
round
really
off our top 16.
shocked. I'm actually shocked pag di siya nakapasok.
Romblon, Marie Faye Taharan.
Wrong blonde, yeah.
All right, here we go to our final 2 of our top 16. Here we go. From Pasig, Regan
Ah.
Agatha.
Go, go, Pasig! Represent us! Oh. Pasig represents!
All right, we are now down to our final contender to make it into the top 16, let me just say that to all of our contenders, to all of the beautiful women that joined so far, you have all been phenomenal and amazing. So let's find out who already...
Huwag ka na maging mabait, Casey. Hindi lang talaga sila. Charot.
Are you ready? To the 57 people here.
Dami ha. 57.
All right, here we go, rounding it to the top 16. From Paranaque, Maria.
Of course. Si ate, alam niya na si Paranaque yung matatao.
Quezon City, Michelle Bumabaw.
Of course. Ang pretty ni Michelle. Buti nag-ano lang siya, straight long hair.
Also making it into the top 5. Congratulations, Cavite.
Of course.
Hackinson.
Ayan, sis may damit ka na, pwede ka na sa camera.
Alright, down to our last 3. Also making it into the top 5.
Iloilo, Bohol.
Congratulations to Bohol.
Knew it.
Pauline Amalix from Bohol, congratulations. We are now down to our final 2 for our final 5. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here to the final 5 from Iloilo City.
Of course.
Rabia Mateo. Congratulations.
She's beautiful.
And now it is
She's
time
pretty
for us
talaga,
to find
diba?
our final
Dito ka naman sa camera.
contenders in our top 5.
Ayaw po niya.
Alright, here we
But I love
go.
the gowns. Iba-iba.
Yeah.
Our final contender is from Paranaque, Maria Isabella Ismael.
It's a fake designer. Si Dubai.
Congratulations once again to our top 5, and also just a word to all of the candidates. You all did phenomenal. You're all amazing and beautiful and wonderful women. And to make it this far, through all of the
hindi
pandemic, through all the
nakapasok si
ups and
Kelly.
downs, through all the
Say
trials, the
Davao din.
struggles, and the tribulations,
Yes, Davao, hindi
you guys are
nakapasok,
all winners.
unfortunately.
This has been a great experience. Very, very powerful Filipino women. Congratulations. Let's start with Quezon City, Michelle Gumabaw. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, good evening.
All right, I shall ask you not just one, but 2 questions. The second of which is the same question for all 5 of the top 5 candidates. We have actually asked all of our top 5 candidates to pick a number backstage, and we are going to start with you. So your first question is actually question number 2. You have 30 seconds to answer this question. At the end of 30 seconds, you will hear this. And then right after that, I will ask you the question that I will ask all the other candidates as well, and you have another 30 seconds to answer that as well, okay? All right.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go. Our first question. If you are under strict quarantine and isolation, what is the most important mobile app for you and why?
The most important app during this whole quarantine was my Bible. Having faith in the midst of this pandemic was very vital to me, not only for my mental health, but also for my sanity. It got me through the toughest of times. I was able to get through others through the toughest of times, and it kept me centered, and it kept me grounded. And that's the most important thing that I would need in a pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are you ready for your second question?
Yes, bring it on.
All right, here it comes. This pandemic has made clear our priorities, essential and non-essential. Where do pageants stand in this time of crisis? Time starts now.
As we all know, pageants are a very, very inspiring event, not only to the Philippines, but to every country who supports pageantry. It is important to stage a pageant and to show the Philippines that we are much more than our setbacks, than our failures, and that we are able to overcome any adversity. Having a pageant symbolizes hope, and right now on this stage, that is who we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Quezon City, Michelle Gumabao. And now we move on to our next candidate from Cavite, Kimberly Hackinson, aka Billy.
Good evening, judges.
All right, Billy, I will ask you two questions. You had a chance to pick your question backstage. After 30 seconds, you will hear this. And then I will ask you another question. All right, are you ready? Okay. Here's your first question. What advice will you give to a first-time voter for the 2022 elections? Time starts now.
We have fought long and hard for our right to suffrage. And this is not something that we should waste. For us to be able to complain and be able to appreciate the things that we have as Filipino citizens, we have to vote. We have to participate in selecting our leaders. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, here is your second question. This pandemic has made clear our priorities, essential or non-essential. Where do pageants stand in this time of crisis?
I am someone who is usually an independent person. But because of this beauty pageant, I realized that I needed to ask for help, that I needed to reach out to people. And same goes for everyone else. To be able to survive something as big as this pandemic, altruism should be practiced and cooperation is always the key. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Round of applause for Cavite, Kimberly Hackinson. Next up, we shall hear from Bohol, Pauline Amalinks. Good evening.
Good evening again.
How are you?
Overwhelmed, but all in all, very grateful to be here.
Yes, here we go. Down to the final couple questions. I will ask you two questions. One you picked backstage. After you hear 30 seconds, after you talk for 30 seconds, you'll hear this. And then I'll give you another 30 seconds to answer the second question. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Your first question. What factors influence you in deciding on what to buy or post online?
The factors that help me decide that is basically what I want to put out there, what I want to show the world about myself, how I want to portray myself. What matters most is that we know who we are, that we are true to our authentic selves, and that we always try our best to show and share that to the rest of the world, and hopefully inspire them to do the same.
Thank you. Here is your second question. This pandemic has made clear our priorities, essential and non-essential. Where do pageants stand in this time of crisis? Go.
I think pageants are now an amazing platform to show that not all our dreams are canceled. They're just put on hold. And for us, we're lucky that we're still able to make this one dream come true, to stand here, to spread hope, to rally people together in action and conversation, and spark change. And together, I'm sure, we can make a positive impact out there on this stage. That is the essence of beauty pageants in the time of the pandemic.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Bohol, Pauline Amalinks. Now let's call on Iloilo, Rabia Mateo. Good evening.
Good evening, Casey. How are you doing?
I'm nervous. For everybody. Okay. So I will ask you two questions. You're able to choose a number backstage. After you talk for 30 seconds, you will hear this. And then I will ask another question where you receive another 30 seconds.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Your first question. If you could create a new paper currency with the image of any Filipino on it, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
If I were given the chance, I want to use the face of Miriam Defensor Santiago. For those who don't know, she was an Ilongga, but what I admired about her is that she used her knowledge, her voice to serve the country. And I want to be somebody like her, somebody who puts her heart, her passion into action. And after all, she is the best president that we never had.
Okay, it's time for your second question. This pandemic has made clear our priorities, essential or non-essential. Where do pageants stand in this time of crisis?
As a candidate, I know I'm not just the face of Iloilo City, but I am here carrying hope and as a symbol of light in the darkest times. And as of the moment, I want to help my community. I want to use my strength to make an impact. And that is the essence of beauty pageant. It gives us the power to make a difference.
Well said, Iloilo. Rabia Mateo. All right, now we call on our final contestant. Parañaque, Maria Isabella Ismael. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
You seem very confident.
It might just be my voice.
Okay. Let's see. So I will ask you two questions. You were able to pick a number backstage. After you talk for 30 seconds, you will hear a chime like this. Then I will ask you another question. At the end of 30 seconds, you will hear a chime as well. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Your first question. To a child who has never seen a pageant, how would you describe a beauty queen?
I would tell that child that a beauty queen is somebody who is, first and foremost, a human being. She's somebody that is proud of who she is, but most importantly, she is somebody that brings hope. When she wears that crown on her head, it's not just because she's the most beautiful girl in the room, but it's because she's the woman who inspires hope. She's the woman who inspires love and productivity and somebody being authentic. And a beauty queen is somebody that we should always look up to.
Thank you. Time for your second question. This pandemic has made clear our priorities, essential or non-essential. Where do pageants stand in a time of crisis?
In my experience with the pandemic and being in one of the most prestigious pageants in the Philippines, I've realized that pageants are something that can give Filipinos hope, and it's something that can give Filipinos something to look forward to. It's something that we as Filipinos, as a pageant-loving nation, it's something that we're so proud of. It's something that gives us life. And that's the relevance of what a pageant is. We help each other out, we help other people, and we help ourselves grow. We help each other prosper through any negative aspect.
So mga katambay, the five girls have already faced the toughest part of the competition. For me at least, is the question and answer. I have to give it to the girls again because I think they did an amazing job in answering those questions. For me, yung mga answers naman nila, maganda naman lahat. But I guess, after this question and answer, some of us probably already knew who's gonna take the crown, and whoever it is, I'm sure that she's gonna be amazing representing the Philippines in the Miss Universe stage, in the international stage, and siguro let's just support her all the way through her journey to the Miss Universe crown. Siguro yung takeaway ko lang dito sa Q&A section, I would have loved for them to separate the questions. Siguro yung top 5 questions, and then after, they're gonna cut them down to 3, and then ask them again with the same question. Kasi parang nabawasan yung excitement, nabawasan yung parang yung parang paano ko ba? I can't describe it. Parang yun nga, parang nabawasan yung excitement. Siguro it would give another emotional roller coaster kung mayroon pang top 3 and then another question. Just like the Miss Universe format, since Miss Universe Philippines na sila, you know, they probably will be able to use the same format as Miss Universe. So yun lang naman. But all in all, the girls did an amazing job answering the questions. It's just a matter of who the judges pick, who will represent well the Philippine sash in the Miss Universe stage. And again, whoever it is, whoever girls win the crown, let's just go ahead and support her all the way through her journey to the Miss Universe, because she will only not represent herself, but all of us. So, yan, siguro hintayin na lang natin yung final announcement. It's gonna be the winner. Although there are already information leaks through social media, gusto ko pa rin na malaman kung sino ba talaga, kung tama ba yung mga posts sa social media. So, ito na mga katambay. They're gonna be announcing the winner na
final results of what must have been the toughest and
been an
closest
hour or 2 hours
we've had in local pageant history.
So, although I do have my bets and biases when it comes to the contestants, I would have to give it to Miss Iloilo, the crown. She really deserved it. So, oh, okay. Well, she did an amazing job. So, congrats to her. Congrats, Kimberly, Miss Cavite.
The second runner-up is
Mukhang tama yung mga nag-leak na information on that.
Quezon City.
Oh, okay. So, it's between Paranaque and Miss Iloilo. It's okay, Michelle. You did good. You tried your best.
Two remain. Let me remind you that in case the winner fails to fulfill her duties and obligations, the first runner-up will take over as Miss Universe Philippines. I will announce the name of the winner first. That means the other contender is our first runner-up. Ladies, take a deep breath. It's time for the moments of truth. Miss Universe Philippines 2020
Walang
is...
holding hands kasi nga, social distance.
Miss Iloilo.
Yay! Very well deserved crown for Miss Iloilo City. Ganda niya. She looked like Megan Young. Hindi ko ma-distinguish kung sino pa yung kamukha. Oh, yeah, I guess Shamsi. She also looked like Shamsi Suso. Ito yung bagong crown. So there you go. There you go mga katambay. Katakatapos lang ng Miss Universe Philippines, the first ever Miss Universe Philippines edition. congratulations to Miss Iloilo. Her name is Rabia Mateo. Well, very well deserved, and I'm sure she's gonna be representing the Philippines in the Miss Universe stage very well. I'm pretty sure that she's already ready when it comes to answering questions and her body and her catwalk. Of course, there's always a room for improvement, and I'm sure that her team will gonna do that in the next coming days. So, thank you for sa pagsama niyo sa akin sa panonood ng Miss Universe Philippines 2020. I hope I didn't bore you guys with my reaction. So sometimes I'm focused, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm laughing, but you know. But before anything else, please subscribe to our channel. Our links are gonna be down in the description below, and also please turn on the notification bell para ma-notify kayo whenever we upload videos. And of course, please watch our weekly episode. May mga guests kami like the BPO boss currently na ginagawa namin. So yun, we're gonna have more guests, more interesting guests, more inspiring guests. So please watch out for that. Alright, thank you mga katambay. Again, this is me, Katambay Yan Yan. Happy weekend, okay? God bless.